Andy B here, still at the gathering in a field near Swindon with some more guests. In the last hour, we've chatted to some varied people, but I thought it'd be really, really good for you to hear from one of the stewards. Events like the gathering, big church festival, whatever you are, it doesn't matter. There are so many people behind the scenes who make it happen. So I found one person who is willing to talk to me. So let's just start with this one. What is your name and where are you from?
Oh, my name is Darrell Bate, and I come from Thames Ditton in Surrey.
Thames Ditton in Surrey, and you're at the gathering. What brought you to the gathering? Before we get into the stewarding bit, why are you here at the gathering?
So I've known CVM for quite a number of years, and just I really value the ministry they have to men. It's quite a unique ministry. There's really nothing like it in the sort of UK Christian scene. I think focused on men and their needs and so on. And so I've been to sort of talks and so on, and then the gathering came along, and it was just like a natural progression to come to the camp.
So how many years have you been coming? I mean, you've said you've been, you've known about CVM in different ways. How long have you been coming to this festival?
On and off for the last 10 years. So I think it's probably my sixth now. I don't come out every year, but yeah, so I keep saying it's my last year and I come back again. So obviously we missed, a couple of years over the pandemic. It didn't run, but I came back in, I think 23 and now 24. So, and then previous to the pandemic. So yeah, I kind of lost track, but about half a dozen times. So.
Brilliant. So you didn't, I take it your first year, you weren't actually coming as a steward, you came as a delegate, and then you thought, I can volunteer as as a steward as well. So what made you want to come back as a steward, having done it? Because to me it looks like hard work, but it must be so much enough joy in there somewhere that this is worthwhile.
Yeah. So I think what happened was I kind of spoke to, when I was here as a delegate, I started chatting to people, and actually they were having quite a drive to ask for volunteers. They're always after more volunteers. Give them a plug there. So I thought, well, actually, what's it going to cost me, in terms of time and effort, and but actually they give you, I think the free food was a definite bonus, and it's not too onerous in terms of the schedules. It depends which team you're on as in terms of your rota and how many hours you put in. So you can choose which team you work with. So I always sort of work with the hospitality side rather than the like the car parking guys, who I think they get the hardest job. But I think the thing about it is you see it from a different perspective. So you still can sort of go to meetings and so on, but you're just working with this incredible team of guys, and actually every year it's typically the same people, and you come back and you see the same people you haven't seen them for a whole year, and it's almost as if time hasn't passed, and you just pick up the friendship where it left off the previous year. So that's really nice. So I think there's quite a bit of a kind of family community feel that's grown up amongst the volunteers.
I've heard that from so many people who are here, saying that they come every year. They might not have any contact with any of the guys, but then they come back here and they meet those people, and these are their friends, their brothers in arms. These are, it's family. And now you've gone from coming as a delegate and then working for CVM here at the gathering. What would you say to people that are thinking, this isn't for me, I can't steward, I don't want to do that, it's going to be hard? How would you encourage people to think, this is a really good thing for you to do? What is it you're personally getting from this?
Yeah. Well, I suppose it's just an opportunity to feel like you're giving something back, if that makes sense. And I suppose you could say I have quite a responsible job in my sort of, in my day job and everything. And for me, this is just a chance to just completely switch off from that and do something completely different, where I'm just kind of nobody, serving in the ranks, and just feeling I can give something back. I suppose it's a bit like, Christians, we talk about tithing our money, but you can also tithe your time. So giving a proportion of your time back to the community and volunteering is a really important thing. And I just think there's actually nationally, I mean, there's this country, there's so much that operates on voluntary, people who volunteer. And there was recently, the other weekend, there was a thing called the Big Help Out, which was a big sort of national initiative to encourage people into volunteering. So I think, obviously I choose to do it with, something that's close to my values and beliefs, obviously. So it just ticks those boxes, really. So I would definitely encourage people to do it. And I should add, you don't need a particular skill, by the way. I don't need to learn. I don't need to know how to cook or make coffee or whatever it is. They sort of teach you what you need to know here. So no one should feel excluded.
I can honestly say I volunteered for Big Church Festival. We were volunteering with Barnabas Aid as part of their team there, and that was brilliant. So I've been on the other side of the fence now. We're doing the radio session here, which is slightly different, but it was great to do stuff because there were people, some really, really people I'm never going to see again, just moments of their time. Somebody lost a phone, I helped them go to find it, and I just tried to help them settle them down. And, those moments are precious with strangers who we're never probably going to see again, and we give and we don't necessarily know the action, but actually it's that giving, isn't it? Which, I can see that in you. You're saying, yeah, well, why did I do this? And I can just see that joy. You're smiling as you're talking. I don't know if you do that, but you're actually smiling. So you're clearly, this is really feeding you as you're giving.
I think you put it brilliantly. I suppose I hadn't, until talking to you now, I suppose I hadn't thought of it in those terms. But I guess that is true. Yeah, you do get a joy and fulfillment about serving in that way. As I say, I think the thing is just to approach it not something onerous or out of obligation. But just to choose to give back. And as I said, I think earlier, I keep saying, "Oh, this is my last one," but then I get the email halfway through the year saying, "Calling all volunteers. Are you willing to sign up again?" And I just say yes. So I think that was really true what you said, how you captured it.
It's an amazing organisation, and without volunteers, things like this, they might function to a degree, but actually, effectively, all the oil, you the guys in the orange bibs who are walking around who make it work when someone drops a phone down or they can't get an urn to work. I couldn't get any tea earlier and somebody pointed out how to work it. It's really simple things, but it can make such a difference to somebody if they're nervous. A friendly smiling face, it's all the difference in the world.
Yeah. And I think you probably noticed as well, because you're volunteering, you are giving. It's so different to being in a paid capacity where yes, you might get the service, but it wouldn't be with that sort of smile or that. So people are willing to go the extra mile, as you just said here. Nothing is going to be too much because people choose to do it. So I think it creates a very different feel to sort of having a paid staff, to run an event like this, which I think would just be a different, ambiance, really. I think so. Volunteers, they make really good sort of customer service and just create the experience so much better, I think, for people here.
And you get to meet people from across the country. You may not see them for a year again, but they're really special interactions with people you're not going to see again. You can just be honest, and it's really special. If somebody's thinking about I've been a delegate, I want to volunteer, but I'm not sure, what encouragement would you say to them that pushes them over that line of, yeah, I'm going to do it?
Well, they've got to just say, look, give yourself a trial year. Just say, I'll just do it for once. What can I lose? And look at the options. I think there's 6 or 7 types of team that you can be part of, and there's bound to be one of those that you think, actually, I really enjoy doing that particular piece of work or something, and just try it. I know for a fact you won't get turned away. No way. They're I don't think they've ever had to sort of turn people away. So you'd always be accepted and welcomed. And like I say, just try it, and you won't regret it.
Try it, you won't regret it. This is Andy Bate. The Usually the Get You Home show today is a special Saturday live broadcast here from the Gathering Christian Vision for Men in a field near Swindon. And thank you to my guests for talking about that. If you've not signed up as a volunteer for the Gathering, maybe give it a go. Like he said, just do it. Try it. You never know.